Welcome to another release highlights video, this one focusing on the 18.09 release of Device 42. In this release, we're going to be covering two main feature areas, the Discovery Hub and the addition of job creation and some configuration options for scans, and then some small improvements we did to the cloud resource map that was originally released just last release in 18.08. So in 18.07, we released the first version of Discovery Hub, and this gave customers the ability to do a quick scan of the network, defined by IP range or CIDR block or individual IP addresses, and return back the number of devices that are found, categorized by Windows, Linux, network devices, and so forth. But that was all you could really do with it. Now with 18.09, we've added the ability to create discovery jobs from those results, therefore taking out a step that otherwise would have been manually done by going into the discovery configuration and basically copying the network information over. So here we're looking at Discovery Hub, and you see results of a scan that we ran. To set up the discovery jobs, first you go up here in the top right and you click the discovery type. So you're basically deciding which of those devices on the network that we found with this scan do you want to create a discovery job for. So for the sake of this, I'll select Windows, select which RC I want this to run on, and now I can either select all of the IPs, or I can individually choose which IPs I'm going to include in this job. Once I've selected one or more IPs, I go down here to the right, click this add discovery job. Here's a summary of how many it's going to add, gives you your available licenses just for convenience here. Now you give this discovery job a name, and then you can select which credentials you want to use for this discovery job. Click the start discovery, and now a job has been created. So this job has been set and created. You can now go in and edit that job if there's certain configuration settings, scheduling, and so forth that you want to adjust. But now that job has been created with all of those, all of that information in there. The other thing that we added to this release is if you go up here to the top right and click Settings, you'll now see a number of additional information: scan speed, allow alternate match, and the match accuracy distance. So I'll take a look at doing a new scan and show you kind of what that looks like. All right, so if I got into a new scan, I click the filter button, the configuration button there, and now you have the option of doing fast, moderate, or normal scans. So the default is fast. This does a very quick, superficial, as it sounds. It runs faster than the others, but it can be challenged with accuracy. So what I'd recommend is, especially if you're doing a large range, start with the fast scan. If the results that come back either don't look accurate, or there's not a lot of what you would consider to be complete information, then do moderate and normal. The big difference between them, really from a user perspective, is just how long they take to run. The other option here is the allow alternate matching. So there's some cases where the scan, based on the information it's looking at, might actually come back with two results that are contradictory in nature. And so turning this on will allow Discovery Hub, based on what it knows, to choose the best results for that. And the alternate match distance just allows you to fine tune that a little bit. So again, a new setting that you've got on here, you can make this change whenever you're creating new scans within the system. So in 18.08, we introduced the resource map for cloud accounts. And if you haven't taken a look at that, I would encourage you to go back and look at the highlights video for 18.08, and you'll see a lot of details around what capabilities that had. For 1809, we've made a couple of small improvements to that I'll go through now. So the first one is we now have a section called Cloud Accounts. Previously, this was called Infrastructure. That does just list the cloud accounts that you have configured in this instance of device 42. So let's see here, we've got a couple of AWS and an Azure account. I'll go ahead and select one of these Amazon Web Service accounts and go to the resource map. Give that just a couple of seconds to populate. And the one other change here is, so previously to 1809, if you went through this map and let's say we're just going to expand out one of these. So I'm in US East 2. I just click the expand button there, and we'll take another step and drill down into this VPC. So if you wanted to kind of go back to and collapse some of these back to the original, you really had to reset the whole thing and start over. So now we've added this button here on the right that's an undo. And essentially what that'll do is take you one step at a time back through the actions that you did to draw the resource map that you're seeing. So as you see, I expanded that. If I back this up, it now closed that VPC one. And if I do one more undo, then you'll see all the rest of those closed. So just a usability enhancement to make it a little bit easier to jump around within the resource map. This also applies if I wanted to use any one of these presets here. So I want to see all of the things that were added in the last 7 days. Again, if I then hit undo, it'll go back to what it looked like previously. So that's all we're going to cover in this video. As always, there are a few other smaller enhancements that were included in this release. To check those out, I would encourage you to head over to device42.com and our blog and check out the release notes that'll have more details on these, as well as the features that I did just demo in this video. In addition, as always, we've got a number of bug fixes as well. Well, I hope you found this video helpful, and until next time, thank you.